Not one of the 57 tire burst incidents had caused the plane to crash. However, there was one incident that stood out. On June 14, 1979, as an Air France Concorde took off from Washington, D.C., there was a tire blowout. Debris punctured the tough but bulky gas tanks, causing jet fuel to... The crew was alerted by the flight tower that they were trailing a liquid vapor from the left side of the aircraft. Passengers then reported seeing a hole in the wing. The plane landed safely 24 minutes later back in Washington. Luckily, there was no fire. The incident triggered an investigation by aviation authorities. In 1981, a series of safety improvements were made on the entire fleet. It was found the Concorde had been using remolded and retread tires because of the quick wear and excessive price. From then on, the plane would only use new tires. Tire deflation sensors were implemented so pilots would know if a tire burst. Water deflectors on the undercarriage were reinforced to prevent them from breakup if hit by tire debris.
I think they were perfectly reasoned and reasonable measures given the state of knowledge at that time.
Unfortunately, these improvements did not solve the problem. In the 20 years since, Concorde fuel tanks were ruptured 6 more times because of tire blowouts. These incidents led investigators to a new question. Could the fire on Flight 4590 have been triggered by a burst tire? To find the answer, they turned to the debris found on the runway. Of the numerous pieces of tire fragments, 2 of the chunks stood out. They fit together, but where were they from? Air France technicians confirmed they had come from the Concorde. Could these tire fragments have contributed to the crash?
We could not make the link between the tire and the accident.
There were also 2 unidentified pieces of metal found on the runway. The Concorde's manufacturer, EADS, recognized one of them as an exterior piece of fuel tank 5. Investigators turned to evidence that is rare in a plane crash, photos of the aircraft burning in the sky. To most, it appeared that an engine was on fire, but was it?